It's Star Wars. Oh, well, my name's Fox Ryan, so day and I'm at Fox. I finished The Blood of Zeus after watching Onyx Equinox. This is an anime I kind of knew about. Mostly because watching it, mostly because on Twitter, other than Onyx Equinox, which talked about, it was also talking about Blood of Zeus. And then also, after my Onyx Equinox video came out, someone said, what do you think of Blood of Zeus? And I'm like, I haven't seen that one. But all I know was that a lot of people were who watched Blood of Zeus were like, yeah, the gods in there are kind of hot. And I'm like, all right. And watching it, I'm like, oh no, yeah, they straight up make the gods in this old fashioned Greek statues. The main character Heron looks pretty much straight out like one of those marble statues from ancient Greece. But let me get to the main. But let me get also because I finished Onyx Equinox, which was Aztec mythology. I want to go back into some Greek mythology now. Show at least with some kind of mythology, which I really want. A show kind of like this where it's very heavily Egyptian mythology. The closest thing I think I ever had was at least the original manga of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the season 0 portion of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, and maybe the final. I think it's the final arc. It's the Dark RPG of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they go back to ancient Egypt, but it's actually a board game that tells the future, that tells the past, but it's not exactly the past. I don't know. All I know is I want ancient Egypt. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Star Wars. It's Star Wars. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but let me just describe this real quick. Young boy lives off in basically the middle of nowhere with his family. Dreams of going out to somewhere else, beyond this usual town. There's an old man who kind of watches over him and his family, and this old man eventually gives him a somewhat magic sword that glows blue that can cut through anything. Trouble happens when evil comes to town. Evil comes to town, and a message that leads to a type of super weapon, or at least how to defeat said super weapon, or where super weapon is lost. And basically a princess kind of does come in the scene as well, and basically throws our hero into combat. This eventually leads to him getting the magic sword too, as well as this bad guy drenched in all black has a super powerful weapon as well, but also has some blood relation to the main character. Eventually, throughout his travels and the travels of others, he meets a smuggler with his much larger muscle kind of guy. You have a scene where a character goes to a town for basically help, and it turns out that person that they're going to, he's a longtime friend. Oh, how are you doing? Really good to see you. And literally almost line for line goes, they got here first. There's nothing I could do, but it's about I have to think about my people. Literally line for line, Lando's words. And I'm like, this is fucking Star Wars. Mind you, it's not, and also the main bad, even though it has blood relation to the main character, there's a much even bigger bad guy behind it, who's kind of just an asshole. And probably should have died a lot sooner than we see. But, beside all that, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I really did like this. It just so happens that I know Star Wars so much. Watching this, I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely fucking Star Wars. It was still good though. This is a show similar to Onyx Equinox. I'm going to be comparing them a few bit, where it is, the hell was that? Hope nothing broke. I had to get this out of the chest, so I think definitely might be on something else. It might have popped. I hope not. But Onyx Equinox, really damn good. I love it. Also, I love that show, and then watching Blood of Zeus, it's actually really good too. Blood of Zeus is very much in line with its mythology, where it's less something like Hercules, the Disney Hercules, where it's, mind you, if you know the story of Hercules, you can see like the influence of the actual myth in the Hercules the show, in the well, I guess TV show probably too, but movie, like the Seven Labors appear in Hero Zero and all this different stuff, and I actually really like, and that movie is pretty okay. It actually wasn't my favorite Disney movie, but it is a movie that I'm like, people say, oh, it's completely inaccurate. I'm like, it's not really. It's Disney, so yeah, it's not gonna be exactly the same unless the Little Mermaid dies at the end. After sewing her legs together, and then becomes sea foam. Were you really expecting this Hercules to be exactly the same, where he kills his wife? Anyways, it's very much in line with mythologies. I don't know if Heron is an actual Greek myth. I want to say it is, but also isn't. I don't know. I tried looking it up. I don't think I could find anything, but it's not immediately. But Heron, again, is like the Luke Skywalker of this. Him and his mother live in some town where like it's always cloudy. Some old man comes by. Some guy every so often gives them food to eat, and it like teaches them story. And basically raised Heron also. Turns out later on it's Zeus. And basically we find out quickly that it's kind of the story, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the Hercules' story too. I want to say it is that because Hercules was born to wasn't it Hercules? Zeus came in, impregnated a king's wife, and then Hera obviously got pissed off and wanted to kill the kid. I'm pretty sure it's very similar to that, and also Heron, Hercules, but Hercules also exists in this universe, so I don't entirely know. And also, I think Perseus might have a similar. Actually, you know, I think at least in Clash of the Titans, I'm pretty sure Perseus has pretty much a similar backstory as well. So I don't know. Basically, Heron is the son of Zeus, but also his twin is the son of this king. King gets killed after trying to kill Heron. Zeus saves him, sends him to a town, keeps him protected. Years later, some dark, evil bad guy comes in with superpowers, which it's weird because like the main bad guys are the giants, which I'm like, are they renaming the Titans? And they're like, no, it's not the Titans. The Titans, when the Titans died, they gave birth to the giants, which for some reason are smaller but stronger than the Titans. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You should have just used the Titans. The Titans were pretty cool and badass, but you know what? Never mind. I guess because it is technically a lost myth of ancient Greece that wasn't written down. It was all through oral tradition. I'm like, all right, whatever. But yeah, so basically, it's Zeus has a kid with this woman. Hera is pissed off, and this is probably the most accurate portrayal of Hera. Is pretty pissed off at it, and basically does everything in her power to want to kill Heron. And basically releases the giants after they barely destroyed them before by taking out their souls and putting them in a jar. And basically Zeus now wants to be a good dad to help Heron after all this shit goes down. I won't spoil everything. Basically, this leads to Hera splitting Olympus, and like some gods siding with her. Others like Zeus is a horn dog asshole. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. At least to me, he's stuck in a relationship that he doesn't like, and that Hera apparently doesn't like. And Hera's kind of an asshole, and I could honestly see this being a very toxic and terrible relationship. But Zeus is also kind of stuck in it, and also that is his sister too, but that's beside the point. All I'm saying is, you shouldn't cheat on people, but if you're stuck in something like that, I wouldn't mind hurting that person because they're an asshole. Mind you, I'm not saying I would ever cheat on anyone, or even be in a relationship that would be that toxic and bad, but I do know people who are in a relationship that toxic and bad, and they go, whoa, I want to find another girl, but I don't want to be alone. And I'm like, I hate the person you're with. You might as well do it. Because Again, I'm not condoning it, but also assholes are assholes, so fuck that person. And mind you, the person I know is in that relationship, and I say get the hell out of it. But beside the point, don't cheat. If you're in a bad relationship, just leave the relationship. Best thing. But mind you, if you're someone that I know and you're like, well, I have to stay with them, but I don't like them, I'm like, well, then fucking do whatever the hell you want. I don't give a shit, and the other person's a piece of shit. And Hera is that piece of shit. Yeah, Zeus has kids. So Hera tries to kill Heron as well as everything else. Makes a deal with the bad guy, Seraphim, which, spoilers... I kind of guessed it was already this character with it. It's Heron's brother. Also, Heron does the stupid shit that Perseus does in Clash of the Titans. Was like, the gods gave me a magical super-powered sword. Fuck this! Like, super-powered sword. Fuck this! Like, I don't know. At least to me, after I find out that Hera, the goddess of everything, wants to murder me and my mother, I kind of would hold on to that damn sword. Then this is even before I even found out that it could cut through anything. Which also is really weird, because they say that, like, oh, it can cut through anything, even Hephaestus' armor. And I'm like, Hephaestus made every weapon of the gods, armor of the gods, even makes Zeus's thunderbolts. Why can Zeus just make a sword that's uber powerful? I don't know. Also, I do love that, like, basically we're reaching the point in, like, stories like these where it's like, oh, yes, magic sword is just freaking advanced technology. That's why I have this. One of the reasons. But yeah, like, they hold it and, like, the sword glows blue and, like, you see circuitry on it. And I'm like, and even, like, looking through some concept art of the sword, like, they have, like, studio notes, and one of the studio notes is when it is activated, and it's like, yeah, this damn thing's technology. Same with Onyx Equinox, again, like, the Olmecs have, like, this technology. It's really just advanced technology. Like, yeah, there's magic, but also there seems to be, like, technology around it, and I'm just like, I really like that. I kind of just really like that. Mind you, like, you know, the ancient technology or whatever shit has been around for a while, but I do like this is just like, oh yeah, it's a new sword that Zeus just made, but really it's just technology at this point. But yeah, like, it was like watching this show. I'm like, it's pretty cool, and mind you, it does also have, at least for me, I've always noticed this for certain things, like like Netflix tries to not have very extremely big of a story. Sometimes, like, mind you, again, like, I'm not saying this story doesn't have some cool set pieces and, like, big things. Also, that Seraphim, the main bad guy, he kind of just, like, pops up every time. It's like, aha, I'm across the country with this. Now I'm over here. It's like, what? What the hell happened? Wait, what? But also Seraphim probably is also, like, Seraphim, like, this, let me read the first one. Like, Netflix likes to focus, like, especially with some of their animated series, and I want to say maybe even some of their animated series, I would say. They kind of like to focus in on, like, a certain location and keep things kind of vague, I want to say. Like, Castlevania, the first one was okay. The second season, I'm just kind of like, are we really going to spend a majority of the time in this damn town in season 2 of the anime Castlevania? And yeah, we stay a majority of the time in this damn town. They just hint at things that are to come. And I'm just like, and that's kind of what this one is. I'm just like, Or, like, there's a bit where Heron's on a ship with Han Solo and Chewie. I don't remember what the hell their names were. And they're rowing the boat, but I don't entirely know where they're going. I don't know, maybe in Greek times they had prisoner boats and they just circled the bay. I don't know. But that's kind of what it felt. I'm like, where the hell are they going? They're just in a boat rowing, and we never really get told where they're going. And when you do see it, I'm pretty sure it is just like a lake that they're in. Also, the gods are dicks. like, and mind you, that is pretty keen to Greek mythology. the gods were assholes, and Seraphim Seraphim is very much the Catra of this series, where in She-Ra, like, I have the sword and everything, but really, like, I didn't like 97% of the cast. The 3% that I did like were the bad guys, but the 1%, the one that I really, really, really liked was Catra. Like, her story was deeper, at least to me, I thought, like, the betrayal with She-Ra. Also, I kind of saw it more as a sister bond until, like, the very end, where they're like, all right, nope, we're in love. I'm like, all right then, cool. That's awesome. Like, you do get it. You do, at least for me, I got it. I felt that a lot more in the last season than I did the rest of it, because the rest of it, I'm just like, yeah, Adora's, Catra's basically sister. They're the only family that they have with an abusive stepmother that is Shadow Weaver. And Seraphim is also kind of like that. Like, Seraphim is like, I've had shit done to me my entire life, though he doesn't remember it, I don't think. Because at one point, Hera's like, let me remind you of your past. Let me remind you of your past. And then explains to him his entire life, which I'm just like, I forgot to mention, when the Titans died, they created the Giants. When the Giants, their souls got sucked out, their bodies went into the ocean, but sometimes their bodies wash up on land because Poseidon's a dumbass and doesn't put all the bodies in one spot and just keep them there. Apparently he lets the wave just fuck around with them. And then if humans eat the flesh of these giants, they become demons. Because monsters was a stupid name, I guess. Why the hell did you just call them monsters? Isn't that what they're called in Greek mythology? Just monsters? Just call them monsters. Beside the point. Also, wouldn't it be Daemon, technically? But Seraphim is like, look, like, because, like, he's forced multiple times. One, Seraphim is the coolest character in this. He is. He really damn is. And that's, like, he kills his mother, which, whoopsie. But also, like, they do point out that's kind of Hera's fault, but also kind of really isn't, because he did just murder a shit ton of people. But Seraphim is badass. Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill my way through all these people. I'm gonna try to find the man who, actually, why did he go to where Heron lived? I can't remember entirely. Oh, because he was going for the map, right. He was going for the map for the Titan, because he wanted the Titan body for something. I think probably just to make more demons. But Seraphim is, like, a character that, like he's basically Hera's champion, while Heron's Zeus's champion. And Hera's like, kneel. And, kneel. And Seraphim's like, do I really have to? And he's forced to kneel. I'm like, oh my god. And, like, at one point, there is, like, the whole, like, join me, Luke, and together we'll rule the galaxy kind of thing. But instead it's, join me, brother, and let us get rid of these fucking gods. He's like, the gods have been messing with us since we were fucking born. Can we not just get rid of them? And Heron's like, what, so you can rule? And I'm just like, you know what? He probably wouldn't do as badly as what the fuck these guys are doing. These guys had infighting because Zeus wanted to protect his kid, while 90% of the Pantheon are his fucking kids. What the hell? Hell, half of the great Greek gods or demigods that tried to save the world or, do giant heroic shit are Zeus's kids. Yeah, the fucker can't keep it in his pants, but by God, you can't say he doesn't have results when making heroes. Like, oh my god. And, like, it's like his first kid. His first, like, bastard kid. Like, because Hermes is there. And I think he is a bastard in the original mythology. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Apollo is. I'm pretty sure, like half of the kids stay with Zeus, while 90% of the gods all went with Hera to the underworld. Also, they kept hiding who Hades, they kept hiding Hades, like, oh, is Hades joined my sister? Like, no, he's neutral. And I'm like, okay, Hades is gonna come in like season 2. Also, that weapon that's like a spear that has 2 prongs on it. I'm like, yeah, that's Hades' weapon. Like, because that's the thing, like, in mythology, like, he has like a, I don't know what the fuck, it's not a trident, but it's like the thing, like, to throw hay. Like, that's what Hades has. But yeah, like, I'm just like, alright, whatever. But yeah, Seraphim's like the coolest thing, and like, it literally, how it ends for him in this season, I'm just like, oh my god, just give this man a fucking break. I'm like, half of the shit that's happened to him is because of you dumbasses. And Hera's just a and Hera, oh my god, the season finale, I don't want to spoil it, but fuck Hera. Like, if you ever, like, people die, like, okay, dead, 5 seconds, dead, hey, I love, dead, like, they just die immediately. Hera, for some damn reason, has such thick plot armor on her that she just, she survives like 5 to 6 different things in one part, and I'm just like, no, die already. I fucking hate you this entire season. And they try to do like, oh, but she was in love with Zeus at one point, and she sees the error. Bullshit! She's supposed to be dead. Seraphim should have been alive. This woman should have been dead. Like, hell no. Hell, what would have been cool is let Hera die, and then pull like what Onyx Equinox kind of did with like the knife, where it's like, oh, you have human blood turn to a cool sword, have god blood turn into like turn into a buster sword, like with like the obsidian ridges and all that shit. Have that happen, but have Seraphim eat Hera. And, like, have him ascend to beyond a demon. Like, I don't know, have him ascend to a, like, I guess he's already kind of a demigod, but, like, have him ascend beyond that. Like something that's, like, right above, something that's above the demon, or whatever the hell. Like, come on! Like, really? Come on! But no, the sucker died, and yeah, we're probably gonna see Seraphim in season 2, but there's the shit that he goes through. I'm just like, really? You're gonna pull this shit on him? Why? He's the most, like, mind you, yeah, he's a murderous piece of shit too, technically, but honestly, like, he's like, look, we need power to kill the gods, because the gods are kind of assholes. And I agree, they are. Half of them leave with Hera after Zeus saves his son. Which, again, they're almost all the gods are related. So that is like their nephew or their brother that he's saving. And they're all like, Zeus out here, fucking idiot, and we're gonna go with Hera. And like Poseidon, Zeus's own damn brother, which mind you, yeah, Hera's his sister, but his own damn brother says, oh, I don't trust you, and only comes back when Hera goes, yeah, giants, help me destroy Olympus, and you can have the ocean. And Poseidon's like, but that's mine. I'm going back to Zeus. And Zeus goes, you came here because she offered your ocean to them, didn't you? You're like, yeah. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Get the fuck. I would have told him, get the fuck off my mountain. I was like, get the fuck off my mountain and go deal with your own shit at that point. Go fight with your ocean. Go see how far that gets you. You piece of shit. I want the Japanese mythology to still be in this universe of the blood of Zeus, so Susanoo can come and kill fucking Poseidon. I want Susanoo, the man who I'm pretty sure who was thrown out of heaven, disgraced by heaven, and shit, to come in. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm seeing some. Oh, it's a dust. Okay. But I want him to come in with Kusanagi and just go whap off of Poseidon's head. Like, fuck you, Poseidon. At least in the show. I was like, yeah, you're an that stupid asshole. But yeah, like, in short, really good. Heron's kind of just whiny to be whiny. Like most of Zeus's at least most of Zeus's kids in these stories. They even gets a superpowered awesome weapon that they just throw at. We don't need that shit. We don't need the help of the gods. Like, shut the hell up, you idiot. They shoot thunderbolts from their fingertips. You need a weapon. Something. Like, that's, like, I don't know. I guess it's pride. Pride's like, I don't need that. It's like, shut the hell up. Even if, like, oh, the gods betrayed me and all this bullshit. They gave you a superpowered weapon and, like, you know what? In case those same gods, like, I don't like you anymore. At least you have a super god weapon to protect you. Also, I need to start playing Phoenix Rising. I don't know if I'm going to Let's Play of it. I want to start Phoenix Rising because I kind of liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I actually really love the Spear of Leonidas, which I have it back there, which you probably can't see because Godzilla, the dragon, and all that stuff. It's right below the Keyblade. But it's really nice. I really love, and I love, at least in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where I kind of made up, well, not really made up because it is in the thing too, but basically you play as a demigod, and Phoenix Rising, they said, like, oh yeah, literally we made Assassin's Creed Odyssey and thought, what if we didn't want to make it realistic? And also wanted to use the Breath of the Wild formula. So I kind of want to start playing that now because I have it. I got it for Christmas. I'm like, hell yeah. But, and you literally play as a demigod. Or do you play as a human who got, I'm pretty sure it's that you've been made a demigod. I don't know. But in either case, this show was cool. I liked it. Seraphim just got shafted at the end. I'm just like, you could have, yeah, like, mind you, I thought that off the top of my head right now. That, like, yeah, you could have just had him eat Hera and become, like, something that's basically a demigod or, like, right below it. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just like, you assholes. And I'm just like, and again, because the gods are all assholes. Zeus, even though, yeah, he cheated on his wife, who, again, his wife is an asshole, who literally went, well, if you're gonna go bang someone else, I'm gonna fuck up the world and kill everyone. It's like, really? Whatever. Also, speaking of Clash of the Titans, the little mechanical owl makes an appearance, which I don't think that's a mythology thing. I know, like, it's a replica of, like, Athena. Is it Athena? I think it's just Athena. Athena's owl. But, like, Hephaestus has this owl, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's a reference to Clash of the Titans. It has to be, right? Or is this in the same universe? Or is this little mechanical owl, like, actually part of mythology? Because I know Talos is, mechanical. Basically, Talos is, like, one of the first automatons. Like, they even, like, have where, like, you cut him and, like, he starts bleeding ichor. Which is, like, frankly, it's supposed to be, like, the blood of the... No, is it ichor or ambrosia? It's one of the two. That's, like, it's either the blood of the gods or something like that, and it gives him power. And, yeah, that stuff also apparently melts through the fucking floor. But yeah, this show was cool. I liked it. My issues aren't really with it. I'm complaining shit with Seraphim and stuff like that, but that's mostly just because I liked Seraphim. He was a badass, and, like, I don't know. It's at least to me, it's kind of the Naruto Sasuke kind of thing, where it's like, yeah, Naruto's the main character, but I kind of want to see a ninja samurai western of revenge that is Sasuke's story. like the coolest bits, at least in Naruto, were when you're following Shippuden, Sasuke and Shippuden, where you hear like that western music in the background, and he's just kind of walking into town, sword, cloak, and I'm just like, yeah, he's a badass, and I kind of want to see this story a lot more. And then you switch to Naruto going, friendship and magic, and it's like, fuck off. I don't know, maybe I always like the Lancers, because Also, if you want more info on Greek gods and stuff like that, go watch Overly Sarcastic Productions. They have no idea who the hell I am. I probably will never reach as big as them, but they are a damn good YouTube channel, and their miscellaneous myths are really fun. Blue also does more of the actual history of our planet, but I love the miscellaneous, and it's really damn good too, so I definitely say go check that out. But I do love the miscellaneous myths, and also, like, Red goes over a crap ton of, like, Greek mythology, stuff like that, and it's ignited a lot of love, at least my love now, more for, like, a lot of these things. Mind you, I always loved mythology, stuff like that, but, like, knowing more specifics of it, even though it's more summarized, but still, like, it's really damn cool, and also gives you ideas for stories, stuff like that. Trope Talks also help, too. But, yeah, go check those out. Go check out Blood of Zeus. It's on Netflix. Really damn good show, especially if you're kind of want like an old like kind of like a Star Wars. It's basically Star Wars. But it's really cool. It's bloody. It's not as bloody as one last thing before I go. I really love like the juxtaposition between Onyx Equinox and Blood of Zeus, because Blood of Zeus is like, oh yes, you'll make a sacrifice to me every so often. The Greek mythology, it's like, oh, you'll make a sacrifice to me every so often of, a cattle and stuff like that. There's a whole myth around it. And, like, we'll give you gifts, you worship us, but if you talk bad about us, we might kill you or fuck you up in some way. While, Aztec mythology, is, yeah, you worship us, someone's gonna die. You don't worship us, a lot of people are gonna die. In short, someone's dying today. It is just kind of like, yeah, Aztec mythology, Aztec gods are a little bit more brutal than I think a majority of other religions, of ancient religions and stuff like that. But I also kind of love it. My Greek mythology, again, like, you want, like, the classic of heroes, that's where you go. That's where you go. And, like, that's, like, I definitely could see, like, when people say, like, yeah, superheroes are the new Greek mythology, or the new, like, ancient heroes kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see that. Also, again, Sanskrit Odyssey, I really like that one. I love the Spirit of Leonidas. It sucks that, like, because that, but also the thing about that thing is, just real quick, I know this is off topic completely. I love the Spirit of Leonidas. It's probably one of my favorite. Like, I love the Hidden Blades. Like, I have the Valhalla Hidden Blade without even having the game Valhalla. I love the spear, and it's probably one of my favorite versions of the Hidden Blade. But also, it's just like, man, it sucks that we're never gonna see that again. We're probably never gonna see. Actually, you know what? Valhalla might actually, because I think, because they have the spear, that's where they get the blood from. I don't know. I gotta play Valhalla. But in any case, also they have Excalibur and Valhalla, which Excalibur should actually be the Sword of Eden. Now that I just thought about that, so who knows? In any case, Assassin's Creed, damn confusing. The Greek one was pretty damn fun. Though I couldn't get through the getting off topic. Go watch Blood of Zeus. Really damn good. I loved it. I hope season 2 comes out soon. It looks like Hades just might be evil, but I kind of hope not, because Hades actually isn't evil in the mythology usually. Anyways, thanks for watching videos, and we will see you later. But yeah, I just love magic technology.